Well, it's time. It's time. Hi, y'all. What's good? It's Iheem Banks, and today we hit 1,000 subscribers. And guys, okay. I'm sorry. I know, it's been a while. I get it. I was living life, but I'm back now, and I made a promise. And the promise was I released a 30-minute video, and this is the 30-minute video. This is pretty much exactly how I trade. I'll be honest. I could probably sell this, but it's whatever. But yeah, this is literally exactly how I trade. And guys, this is a 30-minute video. I'm not gonna have too many cuts in here. It's all just gonna be straight up knowledge. I'll be honest with you. Do with obviously the knowledge what you will. I'm not like some sort of financial advisor. I'm not telling you this is how you should trade. This is just how I do it. I'm not gonna say I'm the best trader in the world or I'm the most profitable, but this is just how I trade. You know what I mean? So yeah, let's get into this video. Also, if you got a short attention span, this video is not for you. This is gonna be a long video, and honestly, it's probably gonna be a bit boring, but it's gonna be absolutely worth it. So lock in with me. All right, y'all. So I feel like, obviously, before we get to the trading part and everything, you obviously have to decide like which platform you're going to use. So for example, on the screen, I use TradingView for my analysis. I feel like TradingView is probably like it's the most popular platform. Everybody knows TradingView. At least every trader knows what TradingView is. So I use TradingView personally because I don't know, I feel like it's just a really good tool. And yeah, like you can use like obviously MT5, MT4 or Trade Locker or whatever for like your analysis. But TradingView, honestly, I would actually recommend using TradingView instead of all these other apps because it's pretty much good. And obviously now that you have something for your analysis, you're gonna have to decide, what platform you're gonna trade on. So personally, I trade on MT5, so MetaTrader 5 or MetaTrader 4. Those are the main ones that I use. I am trying out Trade Locker. So you can see in the Discord, I'm learning Trade Locker. So, you can use Trade Locker as well, but I feel like MT5 and MT4 is probably like the best. So yeah, obviously you have to decide, what platform you're gonna actually be trading on, and also what platform you're gonna, use for analysis. So that's pretty much like the first lesson, I guess, the first tip. And obviously the second tip, you're gonna have to decide, what type of trader you are, because I'm a day trader personally. So I'm hardly ever, like 99% of the time, if I enter a trade like today, I'm out of that trade today. So I feel like that's what works best for me. And you're gonna have to decide, which one works best for you. So I feel like, obviously, if you're a swing trader, it may be like you work like a job and you can't obviously be staring at the charts every day. So obviously you're going to be a swing trader, you know what I mean? You're gonna get in the trade maybe before work and you let that run. You might be in that trade for like a couple of days to like a week to 2 weeks. I was a swing trader when I first started. So I could have been in a trade. I think the longest I was in a trade for was at least like 2 weeks. So I was a swing trader, but I feel like day trading works best for me and just my lifestyle in general. I feel like it's pretty good. Obviously you can be a scalper as well. So pretty much scalpers are pretty rare. You're gonna have to like really decide that, okay, I'm going to, you're gonna have to be staring at the charts for a bit. I'll be honest with you, like that's what a lot of scalpers do. They pretty much like stare at the charts for a long time. And I've never been a scalper. I don't really know much about scalpers, but it could work best for you just depending on your lifestyle. But I feel like most people go down the route of day trading, swing trading, you know what I mean? And you can also be a long-term trader, even though that's basically swing trading. But I've seen people be in trades for like months on end. So that's like different level. So most people are usually day traders or swing traders. And you've got intraday trading, which is basically just day trading, I'll be honest with you. So yeah, you're gonna have to decide obviously first which type of trader are you. I'll be honest with you, because I feel like that's pretty much makes or breaks, like a strategy, in my opinion at least. And you're also gonna have to, so yeah, let's pretty much get into this charts. And as you can see on here, I am on the 30-minute chart. I've got, obviously, if you look at the top here, I've got the 30-minute, the 1 hour, and the 4 hour. The 1 minute is just to see how things move. I don't use that. But you guys are gonna have to decide, like, which time frame works for you. I'll be honest, through backtest and everything, I feel like, the 4 hour is good for me, the 1 hour is good, and the 30 minutes is very good for like execution. So I use the 4 hour personally to pretty much decide where I want to trade, like which direction that I want to take for the day. Because I'll be honest, guys, once I look at the 4 hour, I decide, okay, I'm only ever going to be taking buy trades for today or sell trades for today. I've never ever taken a buy and a sell trade at the same day, unless it's two different pairs. But on the same pair, I've never ever taken a buy and taken a sell. That's never happened. You know what I mean? So this is what I personally do. So pretty much when I first look at the charts, I would literally go straight onto the 4 hour. Obviously, you can use the daily. Like, it's rare for me to use the daily, but sometimes I would go on the daily, So I feel like you guys have to decide, which like time frame works best for you. Another thing that I've realized is a lot of the time the daily and the 4 hour, they pretty much move in the same direction. I'll be honest, like it's very rare that I would look at the daily and only decide to take buys and the 4 hours telling me to take sells. Is quite rare. I never really do that. So I feel like it's best, to decide. The 4 hour and the one on the daily is pretty good for like analysis, in my honest opinion. So another important thing, guys, you guys have to decide which pair you're gonna trade. I'll be honest with you. Like, obviously in the currency market, there's so many pairs that you can trade. There's so many. I don't even know how many there are, but there's a lot of pairs. And then you've got the currencies, you've got the commodities, and then you've got futures, which was they're all basically the same, because a lot of people, they use like the same strategies for like futures and everything. But you're gonna have to decide, what pair that you're gonna trade. Me personally, I only trade 2 pairs, and I honestly do believe it's best to only trade around 2 to 3 pairs at the most. A lot of people only trade 1 pair. Honestly, that makes sense as well. There was a point where I was only trading 1 pair. So you guys are gonna have to decide like which pair are you gonna trade, because I feel like if you're trading a lot of pairs, you could genuinely just get confused, in my opinion. I feel like it's just best to actually just stick to 1 pair or 2 pairs. I trade 2 pairs, but 1 to 2, 2 to 3 max, honestly, in my opinion, works the best. I know a few people who trade more than 3, but I feel like the best traders that I know of, they only trade about 1 to 2 pairs max, I'll be honest with you. So my favorite pair of all time is gold. XAUUSD. And honestly, a lot of people are always surprised when I say that, because gold is a very, very volatile pair. And honestly, it can be dangerous for a lot of traders. Like, a lot of people like over risk. But honestly, if you keep your risk to a minimum, I think you'd be fine trading most pairs. I'll be honest with you. Like, there's not really going to be a problem when it comes to, trading for you. So a lot of people start off, when they first get into their journey, they start off with like Euro USD. And honestly, I would genuinely recommend starting off with Euro USD. And the reason is because with Euro USD, it's not really that volatile. I'll be honest with you. And the thing is, it's such an easy pair, and it moves in like a certain way. It moves so easily. Like, you can literally, it's an easy pair to trade. Like, the only negative is it's just not as volatile. Like, when you look at like gold, for example, gold can move like 1,000 pips in a day, basically. You know what I mean? But Euro USD, for it to move 1,000 pips, you need some crazy news, or like it will take like at least like 10 days for it to move 1,000 pips, stuff like that. So I would recommend, especially when you're starting, to start with Euro USD, because it's such an easy pair to understand. It's an easy pair to trade. Like, a lot of people still only trade Euro USD, and it's just, I feel like it's just a really good pair. I'll be honest with you. I don't trade Euro USD anymore, because for my strategy, it's not really, I don't really want to be trading Euro USD. It doesn't work best for my strategy personally. I feel like my strategy works best for like gold and GA, because my strategy requires a lot of volume, because it's basically breakouts, and you need a lot of volume for that. And Euro USD doesn't really have that much volume. But the thing is, for most strategies, Euro USD actually really works, and I would genuinely recommend it. So yeah, back to gold. So I feel like the reason why I picked gold is because gold is such a volatile pair, and it's honestly such a good pair to trade, in my opinion. A lot of people, it can be dangerous for a lot of people, I'll be honest with you. But for me, it's actually a really good pair. So I'm gonna show you pretty much a day in the life of me, like when I wake up, when I go straight to the charts, what I do. So I never really use the daily, I'll be honest, for my analysis, but sometimes I do use it just to see like where, just for extra confirmation, because I feel like before you execute a trade, you need at least like 2 to 3 confirmations before you take a trade. You know what I mean? So let's just say I went on the daily, because it's very rare I go on the daily, but as you can see, it's a bit obvious where it's going. Like the market is in an uptrend. I'll be honest with you. It's gold is going up, When I drop down to the 4-hour, and as I said before, the 4-hour and the daily, they pretty much go in the same direction. So gold is going up. And obviously you're probably wondering, okay, how do you know if gold, how do you know like it's going up or it's going down? You can see the different swing highs and the swing lows it's making. It's making higher highs and higher lows. You guys have heard this coming, like at least by the time you should have heard about this. It's making higher highs and it's making higher lows. And you're probably wondering, what are higher highs? I'm gonna show you exactly what that is right here with this arrow. Hope you guys can see this. That's a swing high there. It came down and it broke this high to make another swing high right here. So that's a higher high. And for a higher low, it made a low here, came back, broke the high, came back down for a swing, broke the high again. So that's a higher low. It keeps going up. It's basically an uptrend, And you're probably wondering, okay, maybe here it started breaking some, structure. I personally wouldn't say I'm gonna start selling yet, just because it hasn't continued to come down. I'll be honest with you. I don't know, like if what's a good example? Let's say this swing came and broke this little resistance, this support area right here. Let's say price came and broke below this area right here. Then I'll probably start looking for sales. I'll be honest with you. But for now, it's still going up, because when you look at it long term, gold is going up. And the thing is, another thing you have to realize is news. News is actually very important. Like you probably like technical analysis obviously is a good thing, like a good skill to have, but honestly fundamental analysis is also very important. I'll be honest with you. Like the reason why gold has been flying up is because of the Trump tariffs and everything. Gold is usually a safe haven pair. When something bad is happening in the world, most people are putting their money into gold, which is why I really like gold, especially right now, because you got everything with like Ukraine, Israel that's actually going on, and a lot of people just put their money into gold because gold is a safe haven. When Trump came into the office and started talking about tariffs, that didn't look good for the dollar, so a lot of people started putting their money in gold, and obviously it just flew up. And literally I was just taking buys. That's all I was doing. I was just taking buys and just making money. That's literally, gold is such a good pair when you think about it and stuff like that. It happened with Ukraine. When Ukraine and Russia started getting in a war, a lot of people put their money in gold and it just kept going up. So news is actually very important. We're gonna get into that a bit later. But for now, I'm seeing an uptrend. I'll be honest with you, I have no reason to take any sales at all. Any sales. Like maybe if price came and broke this low, I'll probably start looking for sales, but that's not happened. If anything, I would have wanted price to come here and probably break this area of support right here. If price did that right there, I would actually, that's when I'll be confirmed to get into sales, but that's not happened yet. It's probably not gonna happen anytime soon. So I have no reason to be taking any sales, I'll be honest with you. Unless like I'm seeing a really good opportunity for like a short-term sell, but longer term, I'm only looking for buys. So as you can see, okay, 4 hours going up, what am I only looking for? I'm only gonna be looking for buys, guys. I have no reason to be looking for sales if the 4 hour is going up. Like only buys. I have not made any money trading against the trend. Like you've heard the saying, the trend is your friend, and it really is. The trend should be your best friend, not just your friend. It's your best friend. The trend is telling you where you should actually be taking a trade, I'll be honest with you. So what I do, I then drop down to the 1 hour, because the 4 hour Obviously, that's basically for analysis. I never really take a trade just based off the 4 hour. I've never done that. I drop down because obviously I'm a day trader. So if I was a swing trader, maybe I'll take trades off the 4 hour, but I'm a day trader. So I want to get in a trade, stay in there for about an hour, 2 hours, and then I'm out. I'm done for the day. And that's another thing. I usually take one trade a day. I only take one trade every day. I'll be honest with you guys. And maybe 2 max. 1 to 2 trades a day max is probably the best. I'll be honest with you. So I drop down to the 1 hour. This is when I really start looking for which trades to take. And guys, this is where, you're gonna have to, lock in a little bit, because it starts getting a bit more, I wouldn't say complicated, because I feel like the strategy is pretty easy strategy to learn. But this is where it starts getting a bit more, maybe a bit confusing. So remember to lock in, and I'll try and explain this as best as I can with using examples. So I didn't take a trade today because I missed a pretty good trade. I missed a pretty good buy, and I'm gonna show you what buy I usually take. Another thing to remember is I only trade between 8 to 5, so 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. UK time. So that's the London session. So you have to decide which sessions you're gonna trade. I've backtested, so I only trade London session because that's what works best for me. Obviously, if you live in a different country, if you're in America, the London session won't be easy to trade, because then that means you'd have to wake up at 4 a.m. or 3 a.m. or something like that. So obviously I trade from 8 to 5, so I'm also trading in the US session. So obviously this strategy also works in the US session. I've never tested it in the Japanese session. I don't know if it works. If you trade JPY sessions, you can backtest this and see if it actually works for you. For me personally, I only trade London and US session. And one tip I have to give you guys, I can't believe I'm giving you guys this tip. I can't believe I'm giving all of this for free. It's actually insane. You guys forced my hand. You gave me 1,000 subscribers, and I'm good. You know what I mean? Okay, guys, I'll be honest with you. 2:30 UK time, there is so much volume. I have literally never lost a trade. I'm not joking. I have never lost a trade. 2:30. If I'm getting a trade 2:30 UK time, I'm going to make money. I'm telling you right now. Obviously, my confluences have to, match, or I just wouldn't take the trade. But every time my confluence matches and I take a trade at 2:30 UK time, I have never lost. All right, so I'm going to show you an example of a really, 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 really good buy that I missed because I just wasn't as locked in. I had other things to do, I'll be honest with you. So as you can see on the screen, literally I missed about, that's a lot of pips. I missed pretty much about 260 pips, and this move happened in about a couple hours, I'll be honest with you, and I pretty much missed all of it. I missed all of it because I just wasn't locked in. I came and saw it late when it happened, and obviously I'm never just gonna enter a trade randomly, even though I've missed it. Guys, you should never do that. You should not just enter a trade out of emotions. You gotta watch out with your emotions, I'll be honest with you. But I saw this trade, and I knew this was gonna go up, but I just never entered it. And I'm gonna show you exactly why I figured it was gonna go up. So obviously, as we decided, we're only going to be looking for buying opportunities. So let me remove this right now. And guys, what I saw was, even on the 1 hour chart, we were still making swing higher highs and higher lows. I'll be honest with you. Let me show you an example of what I mean. Let me use the arrow. We find that it's so hard to find sometimes, I'll be honest with you. So let me show you guys what I mean on here. There's so many opportunities of high highs and high lows forming. As you can see on here, we came down, did a swing, went up with the high low. Came here again, that's another higher low. So everything's already confirming, okay, I need to start looking for some buys. And then one important thing you guys have to know is we came into pretty much this support zone right here. Price came into this support zone here, bounced off the support zone and made another support. Guys, this is everything's lining up in place to take some really good buys, I'll be honest with you. Price came in here, bounced off this support zone, moved up, came back into the support zone again and bounced off it. Guys, this is such an obvious buy. This is what I mean when I say trading is just easy now at this point. It was such an easy buy. I'm just mad at myself that I missed it, I'll be honest. So not only the price came and bounced off the support, it also then made another higher low from here, because it came here. Obviously it made a lower low, bounced off the support, came back into the zone again, made a higher low. Guys, come on. And then it makes a higher low again. And makes a mini support in the zone. Like, guys, it was such an easy buy. And obviously, I would have had my first profit target in this resistance area right here. So this area right here would have been pretty much my profit target. However, with price moving with volume, I probably would have just moved my take profit, I'll be honest with you, and probably just trailed it and just let, you know, price come and stop me out in profit, of course. So this is what I see. So price made this little resistance zone here. Like when I'm looking at it closely, so price made a resistance zone here. It came down into the support area. Let me just highlight this again. It made a resistance, came into the support area, bounced off it, broke through the resistance, and then came back into it to use it as support. Guys, come on, this is like trading 101 right here. So this is now where I'm looking, okay, now I'm gonna start taking a few buys. This is where everything really started showing up for me. So when you look in this candle right here, so when price was in this zone, it made a bullish candle. This candle here, this blue candle, I should probably have made it green to make it you guys understand it more, but blue is up, black is down. So price came into this here, closed bullish, and guys, look at this, look at all this volume right here that I knew that the next candle was gonna fill. And then if it started breaking the high of the previous candle, as you guys know me already, that's pretty much how I start deciding whether to enter a trade or not. So once price basically started breaking this high of the previous, that's pretty much when I entered. At least when I should have entered, I'll be honest with you. Okay, let me remove that. Where's my long position? So this is where I'd have taken longs, I'll be honest with you. As soon as price started breaking the high of the previous, I'd have started taking longs, I'll be honest. And obviously my stop loss would have been just below, you know, the candle wick, I'll be honest with you. Because if price came and stopped me out, it's probably just gonna keep going down for a little bit longer, I'll be honest with you. And my initial take profit would have been this little resistance area right here. This would have been basically where my take profit would have been, this area right here. However, what I would have done, I would have increased my take profit and I would have ended up targeting this area right here, because I'd have seen the volume that the price was going up in. And obviously, as you can see, it was also in the London Open, pushing it even more. I'm basically a volume trader, I'll be honest with you guys, because for price to, when we go back into my entry point, for price to not only break the high of the previous, it also didn't break the low of the previous. If price broke the lows of this previous, I wouldn't have entered. I'll be honest with you guys, I wouldn't have entered, because it's when you go down to like the 1 minute, this is why sometimes I look at the 1 minute. If you went down to the 1 minute, you would see price just making lower lows and lower highs, which isn't a good sign. However, with price maintaining the highs and not breaking the lows of the previous candle, if you went down to the 1 minute, you'd have seen it making higher highs and higher lows. Guys, this is literally trading 101. So not only is it making higher highs and higher lows in the 1 minute, it's also making higher highs and higher lows in the 30 minute, in the 4 hour, in the 1 hour. Guys, this is what I'm talking about when I say confluence. So now I have so many confluences. Another confluence is obviously the support. It broke resistance there. It came back to use it as support. Guys, this is trading 101. This is when I say, guys, trading, you couldn't make it any easier. You couldn't have a more obvious buy to take. So I would have easily entered a buy position right there, had my TP1, TP2, and probably just left a little bit just to make more money. And that would have been such an easy trade. Guys, I feel like this is literally my strategy. This is literally all I look for, honestly. Like that's literally it. Like go back and rewatch like what I just said to fully understand it. I'll see if I can show you another opportunity, because I would have been done for the day, I'll be honest with you. I'll see if I can show you another opportunity. This is just using gold. I use the same strategy for GJ, because GJ is a very volatile pair as well. But gold is probably like the best examples I can give you. So I'll see if I can, you know, find another good like buying opportunity right here. But I would have been done for the day, guys, because I backtested it. Trading once, twice a day, that's like best for me, I'll be honest with you. And it's good for like psychology as well. So let's see if I can find another opportunity for buys. I think I've already spotted one. I'll be honest with you. I feel like it's so obvious. Like, especially with gold, it gives you so many opportunities to take trades. I'll be honest with you. I've already spotted one. I feel like if you guys, if you can tell where I'm gonna take buys right now, you already know, you already grasped this strategy. I'll be honest with you. So as you can see on here, price then came right back down and came into this support zone again. Oh my god. See, this is when I start looking, okay, if we bounce off this support zone, there is a possibility that we would start, you know, going up. One thing that I've noticed in this 1 hour candle, because let me see if I can show you. This blue candle here, I'll probably make this better. This blue candle here is a really large candle, and obviously big candles mean a lot of volume. So what I would have done if I was to trade this, I would have gone down to the half an hour. Easy. See, look at that. I see, I already know how to have entered this. Oh, this is, I just love trading. I love the analysis. Like, it just gets me so excited. Like, I'm trying to hold my composure, because obviously, you know, I don't want to, you know, I gotta keep composure. I don't want to be too hyped. But guys, look at this right here. Like, I'm gonna show you exactly why I would have taken this trade as well. So hopefully you guys can spot where I would have entered, you know. Breaking higher highs, it's making higher highs, it's breaking the highs of the previous. That's another higher high in a lower time frame. So this is exactly where I would have entered in this trade right here. And you already know where I'd have put my stop loss if you've been, you know, concentrating. And you already know where I'd have put my TP, at least TP1. Let's go with that. So looking at where this arrow is pointing to, that is the candle that I'm looking at. As you can see, it went back into this support zone. It bounced off the support zone. So it closed, the previous candle closed bullish. And the candle I would have entered in did not break the lows of the previous. That's already a second confluence. And then the third confluence, it started breaking the highs of the previous while maintaining, not breaking the lows. Guys, this is perfect. This is where I would have entered. And another thing that you guys have to look out for, look at these candles that were dropping. Look at how clean, look at the range. Look at the range that is given. And when I say range, there's no choppiness. Like, there's no choppiness at all. So like, by choppiness, what's an example? This is choppy. This is choppy move because it's closing bearish, closing bullish. That's a choppy move to me, in my opinion. I don't like seeing that. I like seeing clean moves down. And as you can see here, guys, this is a clean move down. This is another confirmation, I'll be honest with you. Usually when I see choppy moves, I'd either not trade it, or I'd reduce my risk, I'll be honest with you. But when I see clean moves like this, the clean range, guys, I'm all in. I'll be honest with you. So as you can see on here, I'd have taken the buys. I'd have taken a buy right here, targeted this little resistance zone, I'll be honest with you. And honestly, price broke right through it and it kept going up, but I probably would have closed there because this looks like a pretty strong resistance zone. So I probably would have closed right here for a nice 1 to 2. And I'll be honest, this is where it now leads me to risk reward. Guys, I'll be honest with you. I feel like, you know, I usually go for 1 to 2. I'll be honest. I never usually go for more. So I close most of my position at 1 to 2, like 80%. I leave the rest running, or maybe to like TP2, but TP1 is usually 1 to 2. I'll be honest with you. And obviously, depending on your backtesting, you can decide, you know, what you want to do with that information. Your backtesting results might show you something else. And guys, when I say backtesting, I'm talking like you need at least 2 years of data. I've got years and years of data. I'll be honest with you guys. I've got years and years of data. I've got at least 4 or 5 years of data. So this is gold. I've got 2023, 2024, and 2025 of literally just this strategy. And I take at least 2 trades a day. So I've got thousands of trades. Like, let me see if I can show you an example. Like, I've got Excel spreadsheets. This is just 2023. I'm at least taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm at least taking around 10 trades every month on just gold. I also trade GJ as well. So I'm taking at least 10 trades every month. So when you think about it, what's that every year? That's about 120 on just gold, if I'm correct. And then when you times that by 4, that's like 600. And then I've also backtested GJ. That's thousands of trades, guys. I'll be honest with you. So I've got so many years worth of data to show that this strategy is profitable. I'll be honest with you. And I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm profitable every month, but I've never had a terrible month. I've never lost more than 1% in a month. And my good months are great. I'm usually average around 10% a month using this strategy. I'll be honest with you. And 10% is pretty good. I'll be honest. If you had 100K, that's 10K every month. If you had 100K funded, that's 10K a month easily. And that's just 100K funded. Like, guys, I'm telling you, like, this strategy works. Like, it's perfect. I'll be honest with you. And this took me years of curating, years of research to decide that this was actually a pretty good strategy. So usually, as you can see on here, I would have taken this buy right here and it would have just flown up right into profit. I'm not gonna say obviously you're gonna win all the time, because no strategy is foolproof. No strategy is 100%. But what I can say is, if I took 10 trades like this, I'm probably winning 7 of them. I'll be honest with you. And you can see that in my Discord. If you go into my trade section, I've literally posted it, my history. And you can see it's about 70% win rate. So make sure you join the Discord as well, guys. I'd really appreciate it. Like, literally, you can literally just message me, say anything in the group chat, and like, I got you. Like, all of this is for free. I'll be honest with you. You know, I don't have a problem with helping people out. I'll be honest, because I wish like I had somebody to tell me all this when I started, because I started a long time ago, and I wish I had, you know, somebody giving me information like this. I'll be honest with you. So, guys, that's just 2 examples. I can show you so many more. I can see another trade I would have entered right here. I'll be honest with you. Like, that's just 2 examples. And guys, like, you gotta lock in, man. You know, like, obviously you can use this, you know, video as maybe like a learning curve. It might not be the strategy that you trade, but hopefully, I do hope it helps you, because I'll be honest, this strategy pretty much just came from like a lot of different strategies put into one and just backtesting and creating a system. Like, this is my strategy. Nobody else knows how to trade this strategy. I haven't taught anybody else. Then again, I've posted this video. I don't know how many people are gonna see this. So I can't just say like it's just, you know, my strategy at this point now, because a lot of people might start using this, and I really do hope it works, because I have a lot of people in the Discord who I've like taught myself personally, and literally in the Discord there's literally people passing front dates. I'll be honest, I never thought that I'd be like helping people out in that kind of way, and honestly I'm very happy that I've managed to do that. So guys, you just like, if you need any help, literally just get in the Discord. I got you. I'll be honest with you. Like, no problem here at all. But yeah, guys, just make sure you backtest. I'll be honest. Like, make sure you come and, after watching this video, if you want to like implement the strategy, make sure you go and backtest it. I'll be honest. And there's many websites that you can use to backtest. I'll be honest. I use like SoftFX simulator. I honestly think that is the best backtesting here. I would probably put a link in the description if I can find it. I'll be honest with you, but that is the best backtesting software, in my opinion. SoftFX, Soft4FX. I forgot the name of it, but I'll put a link in the description. You'll be able to see it. But yeah, make sure you backtest. And another thing that I didn't mention is news. For example, you gotta be careful with the news. So let me see if I can show you an example. This is what I do. I only look out for the red, so the news on the red. I'm using Forex Factory, because that's the best like news website, especially when it comes to currencies and futures. I use Forex Factory. So I only focus on the red news. You can avoid the other colors. They're not that important. They're not gonna affect your trades, I'll be honest. But the red ones are the ones that will affect your trades. So what I usually do, I never trade an hour before news, because I always see a lot of manipulation, especially an hour before the news. There's a lot of manipulation. So like, I would say avoid trading an hour before news. Literally, like, I never trade an hour before the news, and I never trade 30 minutes before after the news has happened. So like, I wait till 30 minutes after, basically what I'm saying, to trade as well, because there's still a lot of manipulation going on. So like, let's say for example, this red news event for US pairs, obviously because I'm trading gold, so I'm only looking out for US news. We had NFP come out today, and NFP was at 1:30 p.m. So that means once 12:30 p.m. hits, I am not trading until after 1:30 p.m. So pretty much around 2 p.m. that's when I'm now starting to look to trade again. So you guys gotta be careful around news as well, because that will affect your trades. I've seen a lot of people get wiped out through news. gotta be careful, guys. You gotta be careful there. So that's pretty much the end of this. This half an hour video went a lot quicker than I expected. I'll be honest. But I'm really glad I made it. And if you guys literally need any help, just hop in the Discord. I got you. Like, there's no problem. Just say hi. Or if you just want to say hi, just come say hi. I got you. You know, we can have a normal conversation. Um, but if you came this far, I really do appreciate you for real. And yeah, I don't know what video I'm gonna make next, but you know, I'll see you guys in the next video.